Good evening, everybody. Good evening, Andy. I can see you there in the chat. And I hope your day has been good. Did I see you at a football match this afternoon, Andy? I'm not quite sure. I was looking in Facebook and I might have come across a picture of you at a football match, did I? Um, was that your local team again? I might have to do a save with your local team. I'm guessing that they're going to be in tier 10. So I might have to do maybe a brief save. Although I do have to do a save with Ben's Newcastle as well. I don't know. I'm going to fit all this in. But here we are at Notts County. And I was kind of thinking that this is... Well, I don't know what is going on here. Was your son's rugby team? Ah, okay. Did they win, Andy? So I was kind of thinking, what actually happens here? Because, okay, we got off to a great start. We lost our opening game, and then we went on to this run of games where we looked like we might be going into a promotion place. But, of course, we are not, because we've been brought down to earth with the games against Leicester and Cardiff. What's really sad about this is that we have dominated every single game we've drawn or lost. We've absolutely dominated them. And I suppose you could say it's the game letting us know, yeah, but you're only supposed to be finishing in the relegation places. But, so it's saying you're not good enough to beat these teams. Then why is it showing us in the stats that we are much better than them? You can see from the stats here, we beat them quite easily. Their XG was slightly better than ours, but we were a much better team overall, according to the stats. And interesting 2-0 result. And then we have Cardiff, and that looks much more even, and it does suggest that Cardiff were the better team in terms of chance creation, but we had all the ball, and certainly the highlights, it looked like we were the better team. So I'm not quite sure what's happening here, but I'm wondering if the game has made a decision itself and says, okay, we got to stop this. I don't know what's going on with your tactic and the way you're playing, but we got to stop this. And maybe that's not a bad thing, because going up into the Premier League would be stupid. It would be really ridiculous, because this team is predicted to finish in 23rd. So maybe it is stopping it, and maybe it is going to just take us to a mid-table team. But then the bigger picture is then, what about the long term? Because we're not ever going to get any money, and if we're just going to be a mid-table championship team, we're never going to progress. The long term doesn't look very, very good, to be fair. So I'm kind of just wondering what happens now. Yeah, I mean, I agree, Andy. It's decided, because that was totally off the wall. We'd just beaten teams above us, Birmingham by 6-0, Coventry by 5-1, and then teams lower down the league than us. Suddenly this happens, and that was just off the wall. And it's like the game just decided at that point, stop, and let's put this right a little bit, because this is outrageous. Let's stop and let's put this right. That's what it seemed to happen. But I don't know, maybe there's another explanation. Maybe I didn't rotate enough. Maybe that was the reason. We'll have to see. Middlesbrough is not the time to rotate, though. These games coming up. Middlesbrough, Watford, Plymouth and Reading. Boy, oh boy, oh boy. And if we don't get anything from these games, then we are going to be probably around about 14th by the time we finish this episode. If you'd asked me at the beginning of the season, would you be happy with 14th at the end of the season? I'd be bitten your hand off. Of course I would. But the worry is that because we've never got any money, we're still in debt with no money, and we're never likely to have any money, because then the projection is poor. It's pretty awful in terms of money, we are always going to be, at best, a mid-table championship team, never a Premier League team. So what do? Just continue in the same, going through one championship after another, hoping that we don't get drawn into a relegation battle. I don't know. We'll get through this season first, and then we'll think about that. But the thoughts of going up into the playoff spots, I think, are pretty much disappearing now. I think the AI has decided no matter which way you play, this stops at this point for a while. And unless something actually happens here, I have rotated. You can see I've rotated, and the assistant manager doesn't like it. But just to make sure that it's not about rotation, we are going to do some rotation. And I've changed the system a little bit. We are going to get stuck in because they're not very strong, they're not very brave, and they're not very aggressive. So I decided to get stuck in. Reload a game over and over. Yeah, I mean, I suppose you could do that, couldn't you? Play out all the different variables and see if it does exactly the same at this point. I guess I could do that, but anyway, we're going to change the way we play a little bit. We're going to lower the line. We're going to get stuck in. They're not very brave, strong. They're not very aggressive. So we'll get stuck into them, and this time I'm going to hold shape. Now, having bragged up hold shape for quite some time now, we're about to see if hold shape is actually of any value. There's a lot of hard tackling going on here, which is a testament to the fact that they are not very brave. And I want to turn him onto his left foot. And I don't know why he always targets this guy to close down. I want them both closed down, and I've asked my striker to do exactly that. Whoever's got the ball. So I want to right foot this geezer. And whatever happens, look, we've done well to get where we are. People were suddenly expecting that it was going to be another promotion challenge, but it was never going to be that. No, we're not going to hard tackle him, but we are going to tight mark him. We are going to tight mark Paddy McNair. And Lewis O'Brien, again, we're not going to hard tackle him. But again, we are going to tight mark him. So there's a lot of hard tackles there, which maybe, maybe not. Bertrand Traore, again, he's not very brave, but he's quite strong. And I don't want anybody who's got strength. It's probably not a good idea to hard tackle him. I just want him on his right foot. He's getting on a little bit now. Just want him on his right foot. We're not going to hard tackle. The team are instructed to get stuck in. And this one we can, of course. And hard tackle him and probably tight mark him. Not him. That's Riley McCree. This geezer. And we'll hard tackle him. Riley McCree. We probably need to close him down. She's got a good cross on him, so we want to make sure he's closed down. Again, we don't need to target him for any tackling particularly. And Don Lee, what will we do? Just right foot, I think. Just his right foot. I could ask one of my boys to tight mark him, but just right foot for now. I think the assistant's got that spot on. So I have rotated a little bit. I'm just wondering if Jody Jones is the right player, but he is in form, and I've tried to bring in players who are in form. Casey Palmer is another one who's in form, and McAllister isn't. So Casey Palmer, let's bring Casey Palmer into midfield. I've tried to bring in the boys who are in form at the moment. Nemain, not interested. uh, Looking at Casey Palmer, though, is that good form? Is that really good form? I mean, he's had a couple of good games. I think we'll go with that. In terms of injuries, I do have a clean bill of health, so I have rotated at central defender. I'm going to give Kavanagh a game, although he's not really fit. I do need to lose one of these then, don't I? Fitzgerald, possibly. Probably Fitzgerald. And Pert Harris can come in there. So, here we go. Middlesbrough. I think I'd just like to. Is there a skip button that I can just go to the end? Oh yeah, because I've been playing the other save, and boy, was that a tough transfer window. That was like a really tough. It is extended. We'll keep extended, and we'll go with that. I just would love if there was a button that I could press, click, and I'd go right to the end of the episode and I don't have to sit through this pain, because I think it's going to be quite painful today. Unless the computer... We've got 4 tough fixtures. And unless the computer has a brain fart, we're not going to be getting anything out of these fixtures. I'm hoping that the computer glitches, but they're going to be, I think, too good for us. But well covered. That was Corness. Nicely done. My assistant didn't want me to play him. I decided I wanted him in instead of Bowden, so he's justified his selection at this point in time. I want a big game from Penny. He's cost us a couple of goals with some bad mistakes of late. So I want a big game from Penny today. And this is what we got to do. Just pass it around. Be very sensible. Don't do anything outrageous. Just keep the ball. Oh, we've gone and taken the lead. I mean, is this game the silliest game you've ever come across in your life? It's just like, how does this happen? And I'm concerned about Penny and Jones there. They were almost in each other's way. So I need to keep an eye on that, because Jones was functioning more like a winger rather than an inside forward. He wasn't coming inside. They almost got in each other's way. Wondering if he should be on a support duty. I'm going to just drop him down to a support duty, I think. Just shore up that side. And Van Hooijdonk. Read it. Not County 2. Middlesbrough 0. Do you believe this, Andy? Like, oh my good God. Van Honky Donkey. Interesting how their attacks have been down the right, and I think I'm just picking up on they were almost in each other's way. I'm just putting them on a support might help us out. Let's go 3-0. Come on. Oh, he hit the post. Was that a penalty? Ref, he went straight through him. Not a bad free kick, yeah. Not a bad result at the moment. And like, I just went through all that pain at the beginning, the explanations of what might be happening, and this happens. But then I've rotated a little bit. Is this the reason? Lacey had another chance. Like, confused Phil user, confused Phil. So we just like keep doing what we're doing. I mean, Middlesbrough are going to score. There's absolutely no doubt about it. I'd be very, very surprised if we keep a clean sheet today. They have to score. But if it's our day for scoring goals, then we've got a chance. Come on, come on, close him down. Nicely done, nicely done. That's what I want to do, is to force them to make crosses early. We're tall enough at the back to be able to get underneath it and head it away and show it. Penny, stop it. This boy is having a nightmare at the moment. And just showing them the outside, not closing them down. Just give them the outside. Get crossing. Hoity donkey. It's 3-0, but he's offside that time. He must be offside. And it's given offside. When we are going forward, we are looking. Can you shout out Harry Snape? Harry Snape, are you watching? Welcome to the channel, and thank you for your support, my friend. It's very, very kind of you to support the channel. And a big shout out for anybody who's watching. Help us to get out to other people. Give us a big like. It's the likes, comments, chats that send the algorithm crazy and get the video out to other people. And I guess there's going to be a load of people out there who've never seen Notts County doing this stuff who'd love to see it. So just don't forget, give us a big like. Help the algorithm to push it out to other people. Hey Harry, good to meet you. Don't be shy, you can always chat away. There's some good people in the chat. Oh my lord. Well, like, I worry so much about this game because they've only had one highlight again and it almost crept in. And the ratio of highlights that are needed for goals scored are grossly unfair in terms of the opposition. They only need about 2 highlights. We need about 6 per goal, or 3 per goal today. But so I think that I'm going to do a count. I think one day I'm going to do a season and just count the number of highlights. So the opposition have had 2 and we've had about 5. And all right, we have put 2 of ours away. Kieran Cottam is in the stream. Kieran, good to meet you. Just say hi, guys, and I will endeavour to say hi back. Good to meet you, Kieran, and thanks for your support again. Well, at the moment, we are 2-0 up here, and I'm a bit freaked out by this, but I have bigged up this whole shape. Somebody told me the other day in the comments, this does not work. This is the second person now to tell me that it does not work. Hey, Notorial. I don't know what tactic they're using. They never tell me in the comments what they are doing, except one did say the only thing that works in FM ever has is the Gegenpress. And he just left it at that. The next one said, this does not work. Whole shape does not work. Why is it working? Second half syndrome is always, hey Addy, good to meet you, my friend. Second half syndrome is something else that I have noticed in this game, and hopefully we're not going to have second half syndrome. Come on, come on, you could have won that. Come on, Lacey. He's not playing very well, Lacey. He's on a 7.4, but he could have won that ball. Easy, easy, easy. Oh, God, it was Matt Penny then. I like have kittens when Matt Penny goes near the ball. He's only on a 6.6. Need to watch him, but he's better since I put him on a support. Hello, Ben. Your tactic doesn't work. Tell that to these boys, Ben. Notts County 2, Middlesbrough 0. Van Hoy Donkey with an absolute gem of a free kick. But it's not over yet. I think I need to make some changes. But is there something I can be doing? Are we looking poor enough that I need to change anything? Not at the moment. We look like we're still good. We're not doing anything silly apart from Jody Jones. You know what? But we're doing all right. Good Lord. Where'd you get them stickers, user? That's one load of stickers. Okay, so, here they come. Is this the second half? Oof, put it over the bar. I think we need to have a shout. We need to encourage them a little bit. I think I need to make some changes now. Definitely some changes. They are coming back. Match momentum. Definitely tiring them. Look at this. The feedback, uninterested by the feedback. I only encouraged them. Like, come on. Boat. Maybe we could give Boat a little rest. Nah. But definitely the fullbacks. Penny. Gibbons. Fullbacks can come on. What I can do, I think, what I'm spotting, is we should go a little bit narrower because some of our passing is almost not reaching. Casey Palmer has not been great. So McAllister. Jody Jones. I'm going to bring Langstaff onto the wing. We're going to give Langstaff a game on the wing, boys. At least he's not messing up attacking chances. What is going on in the chat? Oh, goodness me. Okay, so I'm going to go back and watch the game, I think. Have FSG tapped you up? Yeah, you. Oh, and yeah, we are going to be, Ben and I are going live tomorrow night. We're going to do a new venture tomorrow. The podcast is going to go live tomorrow night. How are we going to get stitched up here at the end? And there's something else. Hey, Andrew. Good to see you, mate. I didn't see you last time. Can you use it? Can you take your fight outside of my stream? Okay, so I'm going to make one more change. I think I have one more change to make. And I do have Lacey tired. Caden Young. And let's see if we can. Yeah, one of the other things that I have noticed, especially playing in the main save with Sundowns, is that Corness just strikes a beautiful goal. One of the other things that I have noticed is that around 70 to 78 minutes, the opposition always score. It doesn't matter what happens before or after in my other save, which is why I don't panic when they do it now in my other save, because I know it's going to happen. 70 to 75, 76 minutes, they always score. And that happened again today, didn't it? 75 minutes, they got one back. It didn't matter because we scored again after. This is a cunning ploy by the game. It's a very cunning ploy by the game. It's trying to make you change something, trying to make you make a mistake. And that's why it does that. And I think that's why I've lost points previously, because I've made changes, gone a bit more balanced, gone a little bit more defensive when they scored. But now that I've stopped doing it, we make it 3-1. So I've noticed this happening a lot. And in fact, it happened just before I came on air tonight with Sundowns. And so we have got past that. We have got past that poor run of form. And what a way to do it. I mean, this Middlesbrough, I think a team, they were predicted to finish third. And yet we can't beat Cardiff in 21st. This is so me in FM. I've really got to try and figure out how to beat these teams at the bottom of the league, because the top of the league teams don't seem to worry me at all. Langstaff, go on, son. Go on, my son. Oh, that's why he's got to be sold. Well, we are now hopefully coming up to the end of this fixture. I mean, this is a big result. We haven't got it yet. There's still 4 minutes left. But the chances are, even if they do score, they're only going to get one, not two. But this, you're right, Ben. This is absolutely massive. Absolutely massive. And that's a good save. I was thinking it was time to give Lukic a run out, but I don't think I will. I'll stick with Liskang. Langstaff's doing all right. He's not capable of scoring. That's his problem. But he can he find a pass here? That's a poor pass. Well, he's had a game, hasn't he? Go on, Van Hooijdonk again. Oof. Middlesbrough have been taken apart. This is what we want to see. The question is, where are we going to be in the league table? We've won that again. I did have Ooz's manager. He did come on to me and say I was playing him in the wrong position. I went actually to check where have I been playing him, and he's played most of the time on the right wing. And the manager's told me, "Oi, you've got to play him on the right wing." I'm not very happy. So I'm like, I've played him on the right wing. And the manager came back to me and said, "Oh yes, I'm quite happy with how with your decisions and your tactical decisions on how you use him." And again, we've dominated this game, absolutely put them away. And it's a team above us again in the league. We don't have any problem with these boys. And now we are back up to 6th, back in the playoff spots. I don't get this game. I don't get it. Cheers, Space Cadet. Thank you. And I just don't understand this game. Does anybody understand this game? Does anybody understand this game? How did we lose those 2 games and then suddenly we've come back? When's the next game? Watford. So let's have a look. Where are Watford? 16th. And not normally a team I have any problems with. Now, it doesn't show me who's watching, Andy. I just get a number. I get a list of people who are taking part in the chat. So I can see that there are 5 people who've been taking part in the chat. But all I get is a number, and I don't get a number of people who are actually watching now. I just get a number which shows the highest number of concurrent views, which at one time was 15. So I get very little information. I wish I did get more information on that, but I don't. It's unfortunate. So, when's the next game? We got a march forward. It's an international break. But we're back into sixth. On an interesting, Ben, I was actually just talking to Andy earlier about what actually happens at the end of this season. Because I don't believe for 1 minute we're going to get promoted. I did happen to say that when we were practicing the podcast the other day, tongue in cheek. But I actually don't believe we are going to get promoted unless the computer really is off its game. And I think we'll probably end up 12th or 14th. In reality, that would be a really successful season. We're not going to get any money because this board is broke. So we're never going to get any money. Does that mean that this save is destined just to be championship, mid-table, occasionally fighting against relegation one season because we haven't got the right loans in? Expecting to be played more. He's been injured. Is he fit now? Yeah, he played. What is going on with these boys? You're playing in the right position, in the right role. So I don't know. What would you do, Ben? Or anybody else? It's kind of yeah, possibly, Andy. If you look at the squad, there's just no money. There's no value attached to any of the players, and no matter how many times I've asked them, I'm never going to get 40%, more than 40% of any transfer. So the only person who's got any value is Langstaff, and nobody wants to buy him. Bless him. I don't think we can with Notts County. The long-term aims were to see how far we could take Notts County. Just how far could we go? And I don't even know why I picked Notts County. I can't remember why I finally chose them. It didn't make any sense to me. Doesn't make any sense to me now, but I mean, I'm glad I did. We've got them from League 2 to League 1 and then League 1 to Championship. So we've done a good job. But at some point, in order to progress from this league, you have to have money. You've got to have some money. You can't do it without money. And this board are never going to have money, but it might be. I mean, we could get the perfect loan players in. No, I've already told him off last week. I don't want to tell him off again. I mean, I do also. I was talking about some of the comments in the chat, and we have grown by about 2,000 subscribers over the last 6 weeks or so. And I think the bigger you get, the stranger, shall we say, the chat comments are getting. And there's a lot of negativity around. There's a lot of people who are just commenting because they think they're better than me, which is fine. I'm not claiming to be the best in the world, but I think some of them are just feeling aggressive because we're doing so well and this actually seems to work, and so they're feeling a little bit aggressive and comments are coming across like that. So we have grown, and one of the comments that I got was, well, anybody could do it with the teams that you're playing with. Why don't you do Luton? Why don't you show how good you are and do Luton? And my response to that nearly was, because that, my friend, would be too easy. Because I think Luton would be really easy. and I thought better of it. I didn't I didn't say, because that, my friend, would be too easy. I just invited him to come and see us what we're doing with Notts County. I have no fear of people coming and seeing, but I think sometimes people just don't like it when you find something that works. So I could like say, okay, we've taken Notts County as far as we can, and then do some other saves that people might see as difficult, and see how far. I'm not saying I'd be able to achieve what people want with them, but we'll see. Luton, I think, would be easy. I think Luton would be really easy. Oh, this would be the third time that I've spoken. I'm really sorry. Right, okay. And that's the third time he said, I'm really sorry. But if I do it, the player gets recalled, and I don't want Richard Brindley back. I'll have to pay his wages. I don't want him back. He's banished from the kingdom. Watford. See there? This is where FM is clever, because now these are very brave and very aggressive. And you could forget to do that. And that's where the game is very clever. Good finishing. Not very good dribblers. Poor acceleration, poor pace. Poor flair, poor crossing. So I believe we should be playing with a higher line. I got a number of players on international duty. Was that ice cold? Space Cadet, there's always going to... You'll start a YouTube channel, there's always going to be people who hate. Always. If you can't handle that, don't do it. And the problem is you can't do anything about it, because it's the internet. But it doesn't bother me. I've got a pretty thick skin. There's one. It's really funny, actually. There's one guy who also makes it his business to dislike the video. I don't know who it is, but he dislikes pretty much every video that he remembers about. And poor thing, he doesn't realize he's actually doing me a favor. He doesn't realize that actually clicking on the dislike button, YouTube sees that as an interaction. YouTube loves interactions, so he doesn't realize that every time he does that, he's actually helping the channel. Bless him. It's kind of funny, that. So long may he continue, just dislike away. As long as my dislikes don't actually go above my likes, oh, we don't mind about him being injured. And he's not harming me at all. Most viewers ever in a stream, about 150, I think, was most at one time. So here we go, Andrew. I think with good scouting you can get frees. Yeah, my concern would be, how many years is it going to take? If you end up as a mid-table team with no money, how many years does it take before you finally get into the Premier League? And is that what we want? Hey, Bear. How to analyze team reports. Where did I do that? I did that somewhere, didn't I? But I only touched on it briefly. I think it was part 2 of the defending, or part 3 of the defending, because there's 2 reports. If you go to the opposition, and we go to the opposition Watford. And we go to their team reports. There's two that I will look at. We've got the scout report. And just quickly for you here, what I'm looking for is clumps of things, groups of things. So, for example, marking and positioning go together. I'm looking for things that go together, like dribbling and acceleration, agility. They all go together. They're not very good at any of them. So we don't have to fear tackling them. But on the other hand, I'm looking that they're very brave and they're quite aggressive. And they obviously, therefore, and they're good in defence, so they're good at tackling. So I don't want to fear them, and I don't want to actually go diving in on them. So we just leave it blank. So I'm looking for clumps of things that go together. And especially in terms of marking, I'm looking now, if I see marking, I'm looking for positioning. And if they have good positioning as well, then they're going to be very, very good at stopping my players from getting any space. So I possibly then will need to play players who have good off the ball. So play my best players with best off the ball. So I'm looking for things that actually could go together that I can use. That's pretty much what I'm looking for here. The other thing that I can look at is a comparison. So I can just have a general comparison. And just looking at that, because of the colour difference, I can tell they're a better team than we are. That tells me how I need to actually approach the game. Hey, FM Streamed, how you doing? So I'm looking at that and immediately thinking, I really don't want to go out attacking this lot, because they're going to catch me out. So I'm going to give them the respect that they deserve, and we'll play a balanced kind of game. Then I'll go attack versus defense. So I'm going to look at pace and acceleration, and look at the opposition's defensive pace. So it's 12.7, 12.6, and then look at my attacking pace. We've got a little bit of an advantage here. So maybe later in the game, something that we could be looking to do is pass the ball into space. Drop the line back and pass the ball into space, because we have a pace advantage over them. Looking at things like off the ball. We have decent off the ball. Premier League off the ball would be about 13.5 to 14, and that would be good for Premier League. So if they are good at marking, positioning, then we can use that off the ball. So it gives me an idea. They are a much more physical team than we are. In fact, overall, they're a much better team in all departments than we are. But there's a couple of things that we can use, and that's what I'm looking for, basically, Bear. Things that you can use against the opposition. That's it, pretty much. I mean, if you wanted to do a deeper dive, you could go into the data hub, etc. But I don't have time for that kind of stuff. Bowden, he wants in the team. Caden Young. I'm actually I think gonna go along with what he wants. No worries, Bear. Perhaps I do need to do a deeper dive video into that, because people do ask me, you have a look at those things, what are you looking for? Exactly what are you looking for? And you just get used to these groups of things that jump out at you. And it's going to be it's going to be looking at their creativity, their finishing, and their ability to defend. You're looking at those three things. How good are they at defending? How good are they at creative? How dangerous are they up front? So that's pretty much what I'm looking for. Shall I go along with him? Because I think rotating might have helped. And if I don't rotate now, the game's going to hurt me again, isn't it? So maybe I should. Let's bring Bowden in. Bowden, Caden Young. Sometimes it pays to listen to your assistant. Jody Jones has not been playing very well. So who did he want on the left wing? So that would be a good call anyway, because Jody Jones isn't playing very well. Collins on the left. And yeah, there's your boy, Ben Peart Harris. Wants to give him a game. Let's give him a game, shall we? Peart Harris. And who did he have on the wing? Collins. I can go along with that. And Jody Jones, he's not been impressing me of late. Peart Harris has gone up half a star already, which is quite interesting. He is indeed. The boy will shine. Are you absolutely sure, Ben? Just while everybody is here, we got a fair number in chatting away there. We are starting something new. We're going to do a different kind of live stream tomorrow. Ben and myself are going to be doing a podcast. We're just experimenting. We did a practice run on Friday, which seemed to go quite well. But what we realized was we need people interacting. And so we decided rather than record it, what we're going to do is we are going to do it live. So we're going to do a podcast live from 8 o'clock tomorrow night. If you're around, guys, pop in, support us. We want it to be interactive. We're going to get people on the show as well. Maybe if you have something that you want us to talk about and we think it's a really cool thing to talk about, then we'll get you on the show at some point. So hopefully it'll be something that's different. We're going to look at Premier League, and the other leagues, all the English leagues, any other league you want to talk about. And we're going to look at FM, even throw in a couple of fantasy, football fantasy tips, or get some from you guys, because I'm really struggling at the moment. So we're going to do we're going to do that. We're going to give it a try, see if it works. If it works, great. If it doesn't, it doesn't. But if you're around, come and say hello and get involved. And hopefully it'll be something that's different for us. Get us away from totally FM. And football. I mean, there's a lot of stuff going on in football. Like, I couldn't, I'm a Man United supporter. I'm watching Man United before this stream. Yeah, 8 o'clock tomorrow, Andy. Watching Man United before I came on and did this stream earlier. I couldn't decide whether it was Man United or Newport who were playing in League Two. I mean, they are so bad at the moment. Like, what is going on there? At one point, I really felt like Newport were the Premier League team and Man United were the League Two team. They looked awful. What happened there? How did we get here? I haven't decided on my tactic yet. Tackle harder, no. We have to give them respect, Mr. Assistant. We've already decided we're going to respect them. So we are going to hold our shape again. It is Watford, after all. Actually, are we going to do that? Yeah, at the beginning we are. And I can't see anything else that I want to do. Yeah, they don't have pace, so I'm going to play with the higher line. So if you got some time, Andy, pop along. I have mentioned to Ben that you're one of the guests I want on the show already. So yeah, think of things that you want us to talk about. We've got a couple of topics for tomorrow, but we can digress, and hopefully that's the idea, digressing a little bit. Has he covered all bases here? Yes, he has. Okay, so Penny, I think now is on his last legs, isn't he? He's not playing very well. Let's just do some opposition stuff. Left foot and a hard tackle. Yeah, FM streamed what we're doing tomorrow. It's quite quite a lot of people are talking about it in a lot of FM forums. Is FM24 too easy? Um, I have mixed thoughts on that. Ben has some thoughts on that. We'd value um, people's thoughts on it. Is it too easy? Um, was FM23 too easy? I'd say FM23 was the easiest I've ever come across. That was so easy to win trophy after trophy. Yeah, let's hard tackle him right foot. And then we're going to... What are we doing after that, Ben? What's that after that? I can't remember. Oh, of course. There's been some major news regarding one of the clubs. So we're going to look at the changes that are actually going on, especially with Liverpool. You will get to see Ben on YouTube, yeah. We had to learn how to do it. We have to download a new piece of software, and it was quite fun learning how to do it. Who is this guy? Defensive midfielder, is he? Just close him down. I think he's got a very good pass on him, so I think I'm going to type mark him. And yeah, they have got a bunch of good passers here, but he's just needs closing down, doesn't he? Just close him down. I don't think he's a hard tackle. Kayembo, I remember him because I don't know how many times I've managed Watford. Another one who needs closing down and right foot. And then Atimira, hard tackle and left foot. And Bar, left foot and hard tackle. It's funny how all the wingers are always weak. These fast boys have got no strength at all ever, have they? No strength, not very brave. It's his left foot that's weak. Is it true of wingers? Are they always... I don't think that is a very, very good suggestion at all, Andy. I think it's one of the more ridiculous suggestions I've ever heard in my life. I'm prepared to wear an orange clown's wig, but I am not prepared to wear a Manchester City shirt. Although don't quote me on that. I think this boy needs tight marking. That's you banned. Interesting, yeah. So we're going to look at, I mean, Ben and I think we have similar thoughts on FM 2024. I'd certainly say that FM 23, I keep falling for that one, don't I? And I definitely want the 4 playing. So Lacey, Fitzgerald again. Who is this Fitzgerald and why is he here? He's a centre mid. He keeps getting left out. But I'd like to give him a game at some point. So Lacey might have to miss out this time. We'll put Geordie Jones on the bench. How many subs are we allowed? Yeah, 9. Would SI do more to combat the aggressive... Who's aggressive tactics? I don't use aggressive tactics. I have a very safe tactics. I used aggressive tactics last year. This year I'm using very, very safe tactics. Sometimes it works in FF, sometimes it doesn't. So the other two saves, I can't stop winning. I don't know why that happened. What was that? Who was that? What sort of a pass was that? You're supposed to just hold on to the ball, you idiot. What was that? So yeah, the other two saves, it's harder. They're attacking my left-hand side again. So we need to make sure that we close that avenue off. I'm half tempted to play it down the right because we're creating space down this right. Oh, I say. So if we actually win this game, no, I don't know. This will be like the craziest game ever, the craziest save ever. Again, Watford, a very good team. And where are we? Where are we? Come on. At least he didn't know how to counter attack. With a better team, only just. So I'm actually looking forward to that. And there's a number of things that we could also talk about. Could also go off on a tangent because there's one or two things that like always come to mind when I'm playing FM, and a number of things have actually happened today. In the journeyman save. And that was a poor cross. What do I tell my players in terms of low crosses? But he wasn't able to hit a low cross. It wasn't like he wasn't intended to. He just wasn't able to. That is what we want to do. There's your boy, Ben. Piet Harris. There's your boy. I wonder, did I suffer at the end of the last episode because I hadn't been rotating? Was that all it was? It just needed a few changes. Actually, was he offside? Was the boy stand? I would say there was a chance he was offside in the goalkeeper's eye line. 2 shots, 2 on target, 1-0 up, 21 minutes. That's about as good as it gets. I had to use was it you, Ben, who sent me the picture of the Ultimate FM the other day? Was it you sent me that picture? I actually used it in on Facebook. Oh no, you sent me the Ipswich one, the Ipswich stats, didn't you? And somebody posted that FM was really unfair and it shouldn't do that, and it was like pretty much the identical stats that Ipswich and Maidstone were. So I posted it and he never replied back. Oh, it's quite funny. It was just like minutes after you sent me the picture, I saw it in Facebook. And it's 1-1. Oh boy. So yeah, the guy had like in an FM group, he was like complaining about, cool, that was quick, we went back down from 4th. Set piece, terrible. Yeah, he was complaining. He posted a picture of the game he'd been playing and it was almost identical to the Maidstone Ipswich. He just had a few more shots, but not too many. This does not happen in real life. What's coming out? Oops. Oh yes, it does. Ipswich were well and truly FM'd. 2 shots, 2 goals. 24 shots was a hit for them and 1 goal. This is not good. 1-1, but hey, would you take a draw? I would. This is the championship, so yeah, I am happy with this team. Keep going. Van Hooy, don't wake up. I might have to talk to him and give him a little bit of a pick me up. Keep going. You've got the ability. Don't let me down. But what? I'm not happy with your performance. So surprising that you tell him, I'm not happy with your performance, and then he's appeared very happy that he's had a rollicking. Look, sure, that's a good thing. Matt Penny, I'm not happy with your performance. Look motivated and inspired. I'm really not sure that's how it should work. 38 shots for Ipswich. So, yes, it does happen. People do get FM'd. And do you know what I think? People say it doesn't happen as often. Well, the problem with that argument is that in real life, you only get like 2 games a week. Sometimes only 1 game a week. Whereas you're playing sometimes here 15 games a day. So time is actually going by quicker. And so the chances of getting FM'd when you're playing this game will be greater just simply because the time's going faster. Oh, what a chance. Who was that? Van Plonker. No, it wasn't Van Plonker. 6.4, that's right, Van Plonker. I don't like 6.4s. Our corners are not very good either. Although he does sprint across the pitch quite well. I'm not going to drop them any encouragement at the moment. I was tempted to drop them a bit of encouragement, but they need to perk themselves up a little bit, and then we'll drop themselves some encouragement. Go on, you. Oh, he's got hold of it. Oh, what happened there? I'm glad he's not my goalkeeper. I don't want to be in the cup excuse. Yeah, I do use that a lot, don't I? I don't want to be in the cup. We keep kicking it to the goalkeeper. I need to sack my set piece coach. Where are we in the table? 6th. See, we're doing quite well, and yet we can't move up the table. Go on, good. Well done, Van Hooijdonk. I always said he was a good player. Come on, it's been all Notts County. Don't do this again, FM. We've had all the highlights again. Don't do this. It is going to do it, though, isn't it? What is it telling me? You've had all the play, but you can't score. Ha ha. We're dominating the possession. Go on, Collins. Go on, son. You're not supposed to be dribbling, but what the heck? Oh, passing. Do I want to go narrower? I think so. I think we'll go narrower. Good tackle. Come on, come on. Oh, that's dreadful. Piet Harris. Yeah, and I think that is something, Andrew, people don't realise that in real life they only see 1 game a week. But in a week, you're seeing like 100 games in FM. And so you're going to see more FMs in FM than you are in real life. And put the time factor into it. I mean, I'm talking about real FMs. Like the picture the guy posted. We haven't been FM'd as Notts County. We've just been the better team and have not put away our chances. We've not been FM'd as such. Oh, I say! Jamie Bowden. I tell you what, there's something in this rotation stuff, isn't there? So you rotate the team. Oh, boy. Get through a season in about 4 hours. A season in 4 hours? I mean, that boy Bowden's got a strike on him when he feels like it. How do you get through a season in 4 hours? It's like each game is about 20 minutes. For me, anyway. I've got to set things up. Oh, mistakes at the back. Can't afford them. or clear and obvious mistakes usually result in a goal. We got away with one there. I've got my line set back, haven't I? Sheffield United 4th. Where are we then? 5th. Don't worry about the opposition. As long as we just keep getting results, we'll be fine. Come on. I think I need to make some changes and drop a little bit of encouragement. McAllister possibly needs to come off. We need to give that guy a game. I don't even know who he is, and we need to give him a game. I've no idea. Fitzgerald. I've had no idea he's actually been there. So we need to give him a game so McAllister can come off. But let's get another goal and then we'll make some subs. Chance! Oh, you idiot. He's gone a 7.3 as well. I wouldn't expect that. Von Hooijdonk is doing better. Let's make some changes now. Sunderland a second, yeah. The game is... You don't think Bowden is good enough? He's a 4-star player. Well, he's 3-star now. He was a 4-star player, but maybe he's a bit like the rest of them. He's on and off. He's like, these guys are not good enough for championships, so they're all a bit on and off. Langstaff's coming on up top. Oh boy. I'm going to play him as a poacher. I don't want him playing as an advanced forward. Boat, not playing very well. That's the second time. Casey Palmer. My forwards, I don't want to change them. They're playing really well. Matt Penny, 6.7 again. He's not performing very well. Change the fullbacks. Let's give the fullbacks and play him as a wing back on support. I've developed into a 3-star, yeah. Finished the season after the second stream. I played on the highest speeds. No highlights. Ah, okay. Commentary only, I guess. I suppose... If I I don't know. Would I enjoy the game so much if I was going at that speed? I don't know. The question is, why would you go at that speed? It's maybe that's something we should talk about. Why would you actually go at that speed? Who's he? Close him down, left foot. Left foot. He's actually a good player because I don't quite know what to do with him looking at his stats. He's got some pace, so we don't want to be too heavy on him. I'm just going to turn him onto his left foot. He's young, inexperienced. Just turn him onto his left foot. We've been the better team again, so I hope that we're not going to have this nonsense where they're going to give Watford the late consolation. In terms of my tactic... I'm already holding shape. The only thing that I could do to make it more secure would be to regroup. But I don't want to do that until we're about 5 minutes out. Come on, come on. Patient. Oh, patient. Oh, I say. Collins has got to stop shooting a little bit. I'm going to tell him to shoot less often. He already is. He's got to stop shooting. You do key highlights. Well, I play key highlights in my main save, but it still takes me 20 minutes a game. which is quite interesting. I guess you probably don't do the setup stuff that I do. Oh no, here's the 84th, 85th minute now. Is this the equaliser? Another late goal denies us. Nope, it's over the top. Come on, boys, come on. I think I'm going to try something. I'm going to go and do that now. I'm going to up the time wasting. And I'm going to regroup, see if that helps. Just get ourselves back into shape. Might have done it too late, though. Good block. Hey, Piet Harris, get a grip. I'm going to shout, focus. Come on, keep focus, boys. There's just a few minutes to go. What are we calling? It's actually called, Phil and Ben. We actually said it's a shame that my name isn't Bill, but it's pretty close. That was a push by Wilson. What's going on here, boys? Come on, focus. Get a grip. Well done. Come on, FM. You're not going to do the dirty on me, are you? Goalkeeper, goalkeeper. Yes. What can I do? What can I do? Even shorter. Come on, boys. Come on. This will be 2 wins from 2. Oh, for goodness sake, FM. Enough now. Enough highlights. There's 15 seconds left to go. Oh, for goodness sake. Enough, FM. This is ridiculous. How many highlights are you going to give them? We're way over time now. Goalkeeper's gone up for Watford as well. Come on, come on. And that's got to be full time, ref. You can't allow this corner now. It's full time. We've beaten Watford. Again, we should not be beating these teams, and we should be beating Cardiff and Leicester. This game is broken. It's definitely broken. We are in 5th. I mean, we're not going to be in a relegation battle, are we? But we could end up in the playoffs. I go from feeling very good about things to feeling like quite down about things. Playoff bound, who knows? Bowden, what a strike that was. I mean, that's got to be a contender for a goal of the season. Let's have a look at that. That was like... then I will know for sure that the game is broken, Andrew, because we should no way... But look at this for a strike. This Bowden, he does that from time to time. That was a good shot. There's no way this team should be like doing this. I just still look at that fuming. Plymouth in a week. Phil and Ben, the podcast men. I suppose it beats Flower Pot, doesn't it? Oh boy. Yeah, can you say men? Are you allowed to use the word men anymore? It used to be okay in my day. He looks like a good player. 30,000 to 300. His finishing's a bit poor, but he could do a very good job as an attacking mid. And he's young enough as well, but I don't even have 30,000 to spend. It's pointless. Oh, what can I see with Plymouth? Where are Plymouth, by the way? Where are they in the table? Oh, heaven forbid. Plymouth are in 21st. Oh, God. This must be a rotation time, then. Oh, God. Plymouth. I didn't realise Plymouth were right down the bottom of the table. They're not very good. They haven't got a lot going for them. Not strong, not aggressive. Concentration is very poor. All these things go together. Marking, anticipation, and decisions are poor. Positioning is poor. Dribbling is poor. Off the ball is poor. In fact, they've got really nothing going for them. Tackling, which ties in with the aggression and bravery. No pace, no acceleration. Oh, God. How do I play this? Because if I need to, I got to get stuck in, because we got to take advantage of the fact that they're not very brave. They're not very aggressive. Don't tackle very well. We got to get stuck into them. And I've got to play. Do I want to play with a high line? Is that asking for trouble? Do I just want to take it easy? Do I want to attack them? Lukic injured. How do I play this? I hate teams who are in the bottom four. They all got quickness as an issue at the back there. Langstaff, no longer a weakness. I bet it is. Balance of 10 is a weakness. Jamie Bowden. Ball control. I bet his ball control is a dribbling of 10 is a weakness. Technique of 13, if you ask me, is a weakness. Don't tell me no longer a weakness. And the interesting thing about that is that it does mean that he is improving. So we'll keep him improving. Okay, yeah, that's fine. That's fine. Kavanagh injured. They then berate. I'm not going to be thinking all this woke stuff. If people don't like what we're doing, what I say, then criticize me. That's fine. I mean, I actually I was watching the Cup yesterday, and I'd watched the day before. I'd watched a women's game on TV, and in the women's game there was one presenter, and then there were two female guests, which is fine. It's a women's game of football. I have no problem with this. And then in the Cup yesterday, I don't know if you noticed, if you were watching the Cup on TV, there was a female presenter and one male and one women guest in the men's game. Now we're being outnumbered in the male game. I don't know. Call me old-fashioned. Players to try. Yeah, I would like to get rid of him. It's nonsense. Because one of them's going to get upset. It's Boat. He's going to get upset. Discuss the issue. There's not a lot of competition, so I'm just going to change. The changes are forgotten about, because two worked, but one got upset. An hour of talking about how good Langstaff is. Have you been watching tonight? Have you been watching tonight, Ben? How good Langstaff is. He's got to go. He's worth like we could get money for him. But his value is coming down. We need to sell him soon. If we could sell him, we can get money for him. But remembering, I'm only going to get 40% of that, but it's still going to amount to 3.5 mil. And we can improve the team with 3.5 mil. I mean, I don't mind Cenk, but sometimes I feel it's like a takeover. Why were there 3 women in the women's game and 2 women and 1 man in the men's game? Sometimes I don't mind. I'm all for equality. I just don't like it when it becomes more equal than others. It feels like a takeover. What do I know? I'm going to get myself into trouble. So I've got to stay out of politics on this stream. Sibuk and Palmer. I'll go along with that. Casey Palmer. Peart Harris. He had a pretty good game though, didn't he? Do I really want to... Sibuk can definitely come in. For sure. In fact, I'll bring him in instead of... and give Kavanagh another game. So that rests both centre-backs. Bowden, can't drop Bowden. I don't know, how did he play? He had a very good game. Why would I want to drop him when he played so well? Yeah, we'll keep him in. Keep him in. Casey Palmer. Can he come in somewhere else? Because he is a good player, deserves to play. Casey Palmer. Can he come in? Yeah, he can come in for McAllister, can't he? So we'll bring McAllister in there. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. We've got this problem again. Jody Jones can come in for one of these boys. Fitzgerald. No, actually for McAllister. And then we should have solved that problem. Then the next thing to work out is how do we play against Plymouth. Now I think just stay the same. I think I want Man United to play right-footed wingers on. Absolutely, Mason. I absolutely agree with you. And I was talking to myself this afternoon watching that game, funnily enough, and I was like saying, right, swap those 2 over. I want Anthony on the left, so he can't cut in now, and he has to cross the ball, because they're just too greedy. They're both wingers are trying to score themselves all the time, and it just isn't working. And, you know, I'm a bit like you, Cenk. Call me old-fashioned. I remember when Beckham and Giggs were firing crosses in from... Beckham from deeper positions, but he had, like, Gary Neville on the overlap, who was also crossing from the byline. Ryan Giggs was crossing, although Ryan Giggs did have license to come inside as well. But he did a lot of crossing of the ball. Why can't we do that anymore? It just doesn't make any sense. It's not. I don't recognise this Man United team anymore. I don't know what's wrong with them. And is it because everybody else does that? Like Liverpool have this narrow front three. Is it? Oh well, we have to do that as well. No, we don't. No, we don't have to do it. We can play our own way. So that's my little rant about Manchester United over. Oh, it was annoying me. Cross it. There are other players in the team. And, like, I can understand why poor old Rasmus up top, he doesn't score many goals. Well, I'm not surprised, because they don't give him the ball. He has to almost fight his own team for the ball. I know, Ben, it was horrid watching it. But they should have... How do we get down to 8th already? We've played a game less. So if we win this game against Plymouth, we could go up to third. If we lose against Plymouth, how should I play? I'm going to start against Plymouth by playing it cool. We can always up the tempo, up the passing later on. But what I don't want is for them to score early on. We've made some changes, not as much as I'd like. So I'm actually going to pull the line back. We're going to get stuck in because they're not very brave. I'm not going to hold shape, though. We'll just keep it as we do. We won't go silly. But I'm willing to bet any amount of money we lose against Plymouth now. Absolutely. No, I'm not going to go positive. A lower line of... I can understand. He wants me to play with a low block. And I can understand what he's saying, but I don't trust the low block in FM. I don't think it works that well. But we can use it later. We could come back to a mid block if we're not dominating. Keep Bowden in. He had a very, very good game. There's nothing to suggest he should be dropped. Close him down left foot. I mean, this is a team that should be murdered, quite frankly. But if I go positive, they're going to murder me. Hard tackle and left foot. Don't close down if you don't need to. And we probably do need to close this boy down now. Just close him down. And they're tired as well, which is also another red flag, because I never play well against teams who are tired. He's a good passer of the ball, so we'll type mark him. Morgan Whittaker. Right foot. See, here's another one who is weak. Another winger who's weak. Right foot, hard tackle. Callum Wright. Do you guys know any wingers in FM who are very strong boys? It's difficult. Everyone I'm coming across, no strength. He's playing as the attacking mid, though. We need to type mark him, I think. We'll just type mark him. Dragus. Ah, here's... Oh, no, he's got no strength again. Traore. Yeah, possible. In FM, he's got tons of strength, has he? You don't come across many of them. So we will say left foot. I actually think we shouldn't be type marking him. He's not that dangerous. He's creative, but not that dangerous. And another one. No strength. Type mark him, yeah. I agree with that. So, am I doing the right thing, guys, do you think? Yeah, absolutely. This is what happens, and there are two things that always happen. I will always lose to teams in the bottom four, and I always lose for some reason to teams who are very tired. And you can see they are not 100% fit. So there are two red flags here. Which is why I'm not going to change anything for the moment. We're just going to go into this game as we go into it. I think I might tell them we should be winning this. It's about time I told them we should be winning this. This is a match we should be winning. I need a strong defense today. Get out there and do your stuff. And worse than that, we are at home. So the other thing about not going gung ho is that we're giving them too much respect. But too much respect is better, isn't it, than none at all, in a sense. Well done, Young. Nicely done. So can I turn this around just by doing nothing special? Yeah, you're the same as me then, Streamed, because this is what happens to me all the time. I think once I get the sense that we're dominating, we could go positive, up our mentality a little bit, but I certainly don't want to disrespect them. They're just playing it around, aren't they? Like, oh, what is going on, FM? What is going on in this game? Oh, luckily their attacking and creativity, it's all poor. But we're not looking that great either. No, that's not how you do it, boys. That's not how you do it. You know better than that. So far, it's quite even. Plymouth are just edging it, although we created a little bit more. But possession-wise, we've only had 33% of the possession. So Plymouth have suddenly become a great passing team. And I don't know how. And maybe because we're allowing them too much space then. And so we got to take the space away. Let's stop them passing then. And maybe that will give us the possession back. But at the moment, they are totally in control. My life as an FM manager against a bottom of the league team. This is a perfect example. And look how tired they're getting. So let's just try. He's got a bit of a free kick on him, Van Hoydy Donkey. He's got a bit of a free kick on him. We've actually got the possession back now, so maybe pushing the line up was the right thing to do. Just take the space away from them and then they can't pass it around. Our passing, on the other hand, looks a little laboured. But that is finally, have we figured it out? Take the space away from them. We were not controlling possession. And that was a good call, I reckon. A good call. You've got to give me credit sometimes, guys. That was a good call. I thought he was offside, but I'm not complaining. He looked a tad offside to me, Collins. And I'm looking at the relative positions, and they are actually being pushed back now, which is good news. Where is it? Where is it? Piet Harris, come on. Show Ben what you can do. Now we are actually dominating the game. And have we gone up to third? Nope. Still only in fifth. It's like, I thought we were going to go to third if we won this game. Come on, tackle him, tackle him. You've been instructed to go hard on them, and he just held off him. Oh boy, oh boy, oh boy. Do not foul in the area. That's better. Get stuck in, win the ball. Now this is where FM, the graphics don't actually work, because we went on a counter-attack there and we don't counter-attack. So this is where the graphics don't actually work. But we'll allow some leniency on the graphics. FM25, I might not be so lenient. They're getting tired, which is good news. But we need to be doing better. But I mean, hey, we are rank underdogs in all our games. So, yep, let's keep going. Even Van Hoydy Dunk is doing all right up there. Cautious. I worry about using a very low mentality. I kind of worry that if you use the low mentalities, you're just inviting them on. And I just prefer to stay balanced because I want to attack as well. And balance is just like the perfect mentality. You can attack and you can defend. That was close. Well done, Young. That's it. Close him down. But, yeah, maybe I should at times at the end of the game try cautious. 1-0 I hate as a scoreline. Because they're going to score soon. I'm pretty sure of it. And there it is. There it is. Ah, boy, oh boy. No, no, Ben. Remember, this is a team that are in 21st. There's no way we're getting 3 from 3. I mean, nothing wrong with that for a shot, but it's just so typical of my FM experience, this. So typical of my FM. But I'm not going to panic. Maybe the game wants me to panic now. We're just going to go on doing what we're doing. We were doing all right. But this kind of worries me when you head it and the goalkeeper saves it straight after. The game's just sitting in the corner, just going, ha ha, ha ha. That's what it's doing. That's what it feels like to me. It's setting me up again. Again, that's pretty poor. Young is putting them way, way wide, isn't he? He's having a poor game, Young. But he's on a 7.9. How can it be on a 7.9? He's missing everything he comes into contact with. And here's the winner then, is it? I mean, they don't need many highlights. Once they have a highlight, they'll score. So this must be the winner. Or the one that... I mean, I think, as I recall, they've only had one highlight and they've scored from it. Thankfully, we've broken that highlight up. If they have a highlight, get anywhere near the penalty area, the chances are they're going to score. But we've broken that one up. But I'm not going to change anything. Oh, Bowden. Yeah, so they started with the highlight and now we've given it back to them. Yeah, and then, of course, the end of the stream is coming up. That's a penalty, is it? He's given a penalty away. Oh, what can I do? It's like always going to happen. 21st in the league, we're going to lose. Same as last stream. Yeah. So, let's go attacking. Let's raise the tempo. I'm going to counter press, counter. Completely different now. This is really silly. Absolutely silly. I might as well just give it away. I might as well just not turn up and say, look, take the 3 points. You're 21st in the league. Just have the 3 points. There's no point in me coming. Yeah, this is like nonsense. Absolute nonsense. This is the part of the game that is nonsensical. It does not work. This is the part of the game that I despise, the part that is not real. Yeah, I mean, but Andy, this is happening all the time. I've just beaten Middlesbrough, beaten Watford, and now team at the bottom of the league again. We go and lose to. Same thing happened last episode. Beat the two teams above us, and then teams below us went and lost to. So we're going to lose the next game as well. That's for sure. This is where the game is wrong. The game is broken. This is not real. Let's go very attacking then. Can't do much else. Throw people up. He's already on attack. And now it's just sitting in its own little corner going, ha ha, I'm going to get you to head it over the bar. It's just absolutely stupid. But don't worry about it. When you play the team who are in first, you can win again. That's what it's like. This is silly. Look at this. This is just diabolically stupid. Absolutely stupid. Another team. We've absolutely hammered them. But yet we've been beaten 3-1. And so it's not rotation either, because I have been rotating. Yeah, whatever. You've just given us a consolation. I'm really not all that bothered. Oh, there's disallowed. Oh, well, why not disallow it as well? This is a part of the game that I absolutely despise. And I wish they could do a patch on this. Because you don't always lose to teams in the bottom four and beat teams in the top four. They could do a patch on this. You do sometimes lose to teams in the bottom four, but not every time. You do sometimes beat teams at the top, but not every time. He's offside this time. Have we got away with one there? 3-2. Can we get back into it? Probably not. I'm absolutely fuming with this game. I mean, it's showing itself to be what it is, a puzzle. It's not a simulation, it's a puzzle. I've said this for a long time. And this is showing itself to be just that. And my puzzle is, how do you beat teams at the bottom of the table? Because at the moment, it doesn't matter what I do. And I've tried rotation, I've tried attacking, I've tried counter-pressing, I've tried the lot. And none of it works. I even this time tried telling the players that you've got to win. I'm expecting a win, but that didn't work either. Well, we started, when we went to attack, they scored the third. Oh, we've got back to 3-3, have we? I'm still annoyed at the game. I don't care. I'm still annoyed at this game. Is he being given offside? Yeah, it's given offside. So that's 2 disallowed goals. The game is just really laughing at me now. Hit the post as well. Oh, that's offside as well. No, we're going to get that one, are we? This game is so silly. Maybe do something different against them. See, I've always argued, Andrew, that I've always argued that the actual shape, the formation, doesn't make any difference. that it's actually the instructions that you give your team that make the difference. So you can play a different shape, but all that happens then is that your team don't know how to play in that shape, and that can cause a real problem. If your team don't know how to play in that particular shape, so better to keep the shape and change the instructions. The game is really having a laugh. There's going to be 7 minutes. Now, are we going to have the 14 highlights in time added on that we got in the last game? Are you going to even that up now? I don't, but if we win this, I'm still not going to believe it. I'm still going to be annoyed with the game. Because this is getting sillier and sillier. And the idea, I mean, it's a good thing that we're not losing, and that's a terrible pass. We're not losing yet. Where are we? 8th. We can't get above 8th either, no matter what we do. This is just like diabolical. All I want is, please, can I win one game against a team that's in the bottom 4? I just love to win one game to know how it feels. I know how it feels to beat the top teams. But just please let me win one game. Come on, we got a chance. We could win this game. Oh, God. Oh, we didn't lose. That's the thing. Oh, well, it's not over yet. Our set-piece defending is appalling, and we've lost it. Own goal as well. I don't know how to describe what I'm feeling. Just once, please, FM. Just once, let me beat a team at the bottom of the league. And now we're going to be way down. We go down to 10th now, I guess. I just don't believe it. How did we concede 4 goals against the team bottom of the league? This is unbelievably nonsense. Unbelievable, absolute pile of rubbish. This is what I hate about the game. It's like it's so scripted, it's unbelievable. You can't tell me it's not scripted now, because I still am yet to beat a team in the bottom 4. So you can't tell me that it isn't. I just don't know what to do. Exactly the same as last time. Beat the 2 teams above us, and the 2 teams at the bottom of the league we went and lost to. Reading, are they near the bottom? Yep, 19th coming up next. This is going to be so funny. Is this going to be a laugh? Oh, how stupid. So we'll lose this one as well. Let's go and lose this game before we finish. They don't need resting. The only way that I am actually going to be convinced that this game is not scripted now is if we beat Reading. If we don't beat Reading, then I'm afraid it's actually pointless playing. Another team right down the bottom of the league who will beat us as well. 2 wins, 2 defeats, same as last time. I'm so annoyed with this. I wondered about what happened in the last episode, and I am now Seriously wondering about this game. Okie dokie, Ben. Are you working tomorrow, Ben? Because I have to give you a shout at some point. Now, Watford are not at the bottom. And Watford are a very good team. They should be up the top according to the season preview. Okay, we'll have to, because tomorrow's Monday, Ben, so we got to tie up at some point and just coordinate. I'll give you a shout when I wake up, mate. I've got a video to do after this one. So I'll be sleeping late again. So when I wake up, I'll give you a shout, mate. Right, if we can't beat Reading, I'm going to give up. It's pointless playing this game. I'm going to do exactly what he says I should do. And I'm going to test the game. I'm going to do exactly what the assistant says. And then what will happen is, when we open up for the next episode, we'll win the first 2 games. We'll be against teams higher up in the league than us, and then we'll lose the next 2. Until the AI gets fed up of it. And then decides, I need to change this a little bit, change the pattern a little bit. This is getting really silly. Really, really silly. Okay, he's rotated quite nicely again. That's quite good. Hey, Grumps. I am fuming with this game now. I just like one day to win against a team in the bottom 4. Experience that joy that you get when you beat a team that are absolutely rubbish. It would be just like so good to feel that feeling. Well, he doesn't want me to change much, just push the line up, that's all. Okay. Whatever happens is whatever happens. I'll sit here quietly for this one, whatever happens. FM, you either prove to me that this is a waste of time, or you make me, you bring my faith back again. Because this is another team at the bottom of the league. If you do this again, then I am not going to be very happy with the whole thing, the whole package. Oh, well, we started well, of course, haven't we? Ah, boy. I'm just not even going to look. Whatever happens is whatever happens. Look at that. So it's doing exactly the same thing. We can't pass the ball for some reason, suddenly. Here's the goal. Oh, let's berate them. I know it's only 7 minutes in, but let's berate them because it makes me feel better. What a waste of time. Now that I've pushed the line up, they're throwing balls over the top. Have you noticed? That's quite funny. I'm telling you, FM, you either restore my faith or you don't. Sabine Langstaff, you're having a laugh? Ah, boy, he might have to come on it later. But I swear this game is bonkers because when we were winning, where were we in the table when we were winning? We were 8th. When we're losing, we're in 7th. And I've noticed that it does that a lot as well. When you go on a losing run, the other teams around you also go on a losing run. It keeps you around where you should be until you figure out what you're doing. So it's keeping us at 7th and 8th at the moment for some reason until I figure it out. This game is not a simulation, it's a puzzle. Oh, another penalty, referee? Why not? Give everybody a penalty. That's because I'm getting stuck in, isn't it? Let's take that out then. Because we're giving everybody a penalty, and are we going to go 1-1 again? Yep. So we got up to 6th, but the game didn't like it. It wants us down at 8th. Where's my goalkeeper going? Maybe my goalkeeper's like on a gambling thing. He really didn't look interested in saving that. So team in 20th, team in 20th. Look, the line is way too high. They're just making a mockery of the line. So let's pull the line back. And now if I pull the line back, they're going to get more space. So whichever way I do this, I'm doomed. It wants me in 8th. And we've had 2 wins. And the game's saying, no, we're not doing that. This is the 2nd episode on the trot. And it's happened before that. Absolutely being hammered in this game. We're absolutely being destroyed in this game. By the team in... what are they, 20th? And we're being absolutely torn apart. And we let Middlesbrough, we absolutely hammered them. We took them apart. I don't understand it. It's the same team. Right, let's give them a rollicking. This is not good enough. Let's change something. Let's go positive. I don't want to go more attacking because we'll just end up losing. I'm going to go more defensive. I'm going to hold shape. Just make sure we don't lose. If I go attacking, guaranteed we're going to lose it. Well, it doesn't matter. Guaranteed we're going to lose it anyway. I just got a bunch of players who are just not capable of beating teams at the bottom of the league. He's not going to score 2 goals from fullback, that's for sure. Maybe it's time to bring on the big guns, bring on Langstaff. We've been absolutely hammered in this game. Time for some subs. They're just like, they're playing football at 250 miles an hour. And if they're that good, why are they in 20th? Here's the goal, is it? The second set piece. Oof. Who's got injured? Kavanagh. Alright, let's bring on some subs. That's all I can do now. Jody Jones, why not? Bowden. Look at Young. Jesus. Bowden, McAllister, they're actually playing okay. Corness and McAllister, they're fine. It's the forwards again, isn't it? We just can't score. Defense is fine. 6.4 Caden Young. Oh, of course. Absolutely, of course. Because I left it to my assistant. We don't have a right winger on the bench. That's why he's on a 6.4. Because we don't have one on the bench. This game is just stupid. Right. Well, they got a left midfield. Palmer can come down here. I'm going to push Young up here. And he's going to be a winger on attack. Inside forward on attack. He's going to be a poacher. Centre mid on attack. Box to box. Keep the DLP. These boys are going on attack. This is going attacking. I don't even have... What has he done on the bench? He hasn't put Langstaff. Oh, yes, he has. We've got Langstaff. Langstaff can come on in here. He can play as the poacher. Everybody else seems to be doing okay. Let's go with that for now. Change the formation. Somebody said change the formation. Okay, let's change the formation for teams lower in the league than us. I'm willing to try everything, but this isn't working either, is it? We look totally shambolic at the moment. Changing the formation is not a good thing to do. They have no idea to how to play in this shape. So I'm going to have a quick look at how we are doing in terms of... There's no highlights. Pressurizing them. Do I need to push the line up further? They're not playing with a low block. They're playing with a counter-attack. But they're not playing with a low block. It's more like a mid-block. I just don't understand this. Now your space. Now Langstaff. It was a bad move bringing Langstaff on. He can't hit a barn door. I think we need to make the goals 300% bigger for Langstaff. Oh, God. I don't know why I play this silly game. I guess I'll just have to be happy with beating the teams at the top. I'm never going to be allowed to beat the teams at the bottom. And the other save in Sundowns. What was that? Oh, we've been gifted. In the other save at Sundowns, I beat everybody. And that's because that team has become so good that because of the players are so much better than every other team in the league that I can't lose. It would be unbelievable to lose. They're so much better. They're like Premier League teams against League One. That's what that team is like that I have at Sundowns. And the rest of the league is like League One. And so we beat everybody. Even the teams at the bottom, we beat the teams at the bottom as well. Because the team is so much better than everybody else in the league. This one, I don't know what's going on, but this is looks like we are heading for a victory, are we? I need to make some more changes because I've got tired players and I've still got... Let's bring on Bowden. He'll make a nice... And... Gibbons... But we haven't won this game yet, that's for sure. Ongoing attacking is we're gonna leave ourselves open at the back. This is not one yet. This is like far from one. In fact, our set piece defending is dreadful, so this might be it. This could well be it. Oh my good Lord. Let's berate them. Not happy. Don't give another penalty away. I just don't get it. Oh, goodness me. It's like the game has switched the strikers off, hasn't it? We're hitting the post, firing wide, constantly hitting the bar. It's like they've been switched off. And then in the next game, they'll be switched back on again against the top team. Well, this isn't working either. We're only ahead because we got gifted. Absolutely gifted a goal. So this formation isn't working either. Let's press them a little bit. It seems to me like when they counterattack, it's like 300 miles an hour. Well, we're going to gift one back in a minute, are we? This for me, Andrew, does not feel like it's working. We just got gifted a goal. And I'm pretty sure that would have happened anyway, but they're still in it. This is not over yet. I just feel like I want to go defensive. But it's too late, is it? Right, I'm going to go defensive now. There's just 2 minutes to go. Right, just hold on to everything. We want to go balanced as well, of course. Oh, God. Now they can't hold on to the ball. Here it is. Nope, not that one. It's coming, though. I mean, you can put them as a counter press. They haven't got a clue how to counter press, and it shows. They're just like, they haven't got a clue what they're doing. And neither does Langstaff. It'd be interesting to see where we are in the league. It's still 8th, I guess. Exactly where we were when we began. There's something very odd going on. Finally. So I think I'll take your word for it, Andrew. I think what we will do is have a different formation and just train them up. And we'll make it an attacking formation for teams who are in the bottom bit of the league. We're going to try. I'm willing to try anything. But I don't believe that this is the way out. I just don't understand how, in a formation that they don't know how to play in, he can actually go and suddenly win. But in a formation that they do know how to play with, they can beat anybody. But against a bottom of the league team, the formation that they're familiar with, they can't win. I just don't get this game. I just don't know what it's saying, what it's doing. Because what's happening is exactly the same. It's repeating itself exactly the same all the time. Yeah, I'm not feeling very excited about it. This one, Plymouth, has hurt. And that's not because I don't, and because I think that teams don't lose. I think the game is upside down. Stop letting me win against the teams who are top of the league, which we shouldn't be doing. And we should be getting results against the teams who are bottom of the league. The game's upside down. And maybe we just got to get used to an upside down game. I don't know. But I cannot, and it's been like this. This is not new. This is not new to the Championship. We had the same problems in League 2 and we had the same problems in League 1 with these teams at the bottom of the league. Ultimately, we won the titles. But we won the titles because we were winning against teams at the top of the league. Not because we were beating teams we should be beating. And ultimately, we won the title in League 2 because Stockport, who were 8 points clear, just suddenly decided to lose all their games. In League 1, it was pretty much the same. We were doing okay, but then all the other teams around us started losing. We didn't do anything particularly stunning to win the titles. The teams around us just lost everything. But we had the same problem. We lost against the teams at the bottom of the league and we won against the teams at the top of the league. It's upside down. The game is upside down. And I'm struggling to work it out. I'm going to put another tactic together. I don't know if I want it to be a 4-3-3. They're quite familiar with that. There's a reason why we're not playing it, I guess. We've tried it, I think, and it didn't work. So we'll use that tactic. We'll tweak it a little bit. And we'll make that a positive to begin with. I don't want to play out a defense, maybe that's not going to work. We don't want to overlap. And we'll play maybe with a higher tempo. Leave those off. Higher line, step up more. So we'll try a little bit a different shape for teams at the bottom of the league. The next game is against Hull. They're in 9th. Oh, we should win that one. We'll win that one with the original tactic. So I'm not worried about Hull. Anyway, I've got a headache now because of this silly game. So I think I'm going to call it a night there. It's after 10 anyway. I'm just at the point where I don't know. I'm just like feeling like just let it run. Whatever happens, happens. Because I don't know how to play this anymore. I used to be quite good at it. But now I'm just losing the plot. Okay, and then what did I do? I put a 4-3-3 here, which wasn't even a proper tactic. We got the win. It's like, make sense of all this, somebody. Right, I'm going to call it a night now. And Mason, is it all going to come together? Andrew, I love your optimism. We're kind of like 12 games in, aren't we? 14 games in. 15 games in, 14 games in. And I think I said to Ben on Friday, I think I'm really worried that we actually finish up in the playoffs and that we actually win the playoffs. That's my biggest fear. It's because they still won't give us any money. So that's my biggest fear. Maybe I should just go with the flow and finish mid-table, and that should be good enough. And if we lose against all the teams at the bottom of the league, well, fine. They're all better than us anyway. Just the game isn't making any sense to me. Okay, guys. I'll see you next time. If I'm still alive, if my nerves can stand it. I'll see you next time on Tuesday. In the meantime, enjoy your footy. Yeah, get TV money. The board will have little parties. They won't be giving me any money, that's for sure. They'll be going on luxury yacht trips and cruise liners and stuff. They won't be giving any to the team. As they don't give any to the team now. I mean, I don't know why, because they're in a positive balance. They've got money in the bank, and yet they still won't give me more than 40% of the transfer revenue. Go figure. Okay, I'll see you next time, boys. Sorry, I was so down. But sometimes this game just gets to you. It really gets at your nerves, and tonight was one of them. Sometimes it's a vile game. It's nasty and evil. And tonight it did just that. And I shall say good night. Good night, guys.